What's up, guys and girls of the internet? Thank you so much for watching my channel. My name is Kaz. In this video I'm going to be talking to you about the world's greatest router. At least that's what PCMag.com said and CNET. Alright, it's called the ASUS 3100, also known as the RT88U. It has many different features, especially for persons who do a lot of streaming and gaming and stuff like that. I'm going to be showing you how the interface looks online. I'm going to be unboxing it, reviewing it, and I'm also going to be telling you one or two differences that I've noticed between this version and the prior version, which is the AC2400. I did do a review on that as well. You can look in the description below for that. So stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cosworth Channel. Let's have a shine, jump it.
First things first, I want you to take a look of all the writing that is displayed on the box, and then we're going to get to unboxing it itself. But the box itself is very high quality. You can rest assured that your router will be safe in regards to shipping. It won't be knocked around. It is well packaged. It is definitely on the larger side, and you can see on the side it gives a lot of specification on it. So if you do see this in person, you can read all of the specifications there. I am going to cover a few, but definitely I'm going to miss a few. However, I am going to guide you to the PC Mag article online, and you can read it yourself. Right here in the back it says always on reliability for every device, game without latency, stream without buffering, AI protection, and AI cloud. I am going to touch on each of those in this video. And whilst we're opening this, guys, I just want to take you to the left bottom of the screen. You can see we have a WPS button, a USB 3.0, and a Wi-Fi button. All those are added capabilities on this router. Inside of the box there's a lot of cushion on the inside, so there's room to be bumped around. The box is quite hard and sturdy, so let's just put it in here so we can get along with opening this up. The first thing you're going to be greeted with is a fast and easy setup guide. The next thing you're going to be greeted with is the actual device itself. It is quite sturdy. It is definitely larger than the AC2400 that I had. You can see that there is a WPS button, a reset button. There is a 2.0 USB at the back. There are 4 connectable slots for your antennas. There are 8 LAN ports for Ethernet, and there is 1 WAN port for Ethernet. There is a power slot, and there is a power off and on button right there. As you can see in the front, there are a number of LED slots that light up, telling you what functions are being executed by the router itself at that given time. Underneath there is a lot of vents. Most of the vents are underneath and on the side. It is wall mountable. As you can see, there are 2 wall mount slots to the top or rear of the router, and there are 2 boots to the bottom or front of the router. The next thing you're going to see is a power connection. 1 power connection. It also comes with a Cat 5e Ethernet cable. It comes with 4 antennas that you can connect quite easily to the antenna base by simply twisting to the right. It comes with 1 setup guide CD. That's not necessary. It also comes with a warranty for 2 years and another setup guide, that one that is more detailed than the first. So let's just connect these antennas to the 4 antenna bays. Okay guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sign in on my router that I've already set up. Let's just type it in right there, put in a password. I think that the setup of the router is quite easy. All you have to do is connect it with the Ethernet and open up your browser, type in 192.168.1.1, and it pretty much guides you through everything else. There is a CD and there is a setup guide that's much drawn out, but that's the easiest way to do it. Once I got it set up, guys, this is how the interface looks. It gives you the ability to customize this thing a lot. It gives me the SSID or my internet network name. I can access my 5 gigahertz network as well as my status, and the status will tell me I have 2 cores running at a time and how busy they are. As you can see, once you click status, it gives you 2 options here. It gives you the cores, the 2 dual core processors, and it also gives you some information on the RAM and so forth like that. The RAM on this is 512, and in the AC2400 that I had prior to this, it was 256 RAM. The memory itself, the flash memory, is still 128. That hasn't changed, so that's pretty much the same. But over here you can see you have the network map that I'm in right now. It also gives you the firmware version. I did have to update my firmware, which is pretty good. I know a lot of people complain that the firmware updates quite slowly, but you can actually go on ASUS.com and just get an update firmware for your router if the update is taking too long to come to your router itself. And then you can go to the gas network, and in the gas network you can have up to 2.4 gigahertz gas networks. You can name them whatever you want and put whatever type security you want, like WPA, and you can actually give them time limits and all those different things. You can also have 5 gigahertz networks all at the same time, so that's 6 gas networks all together at the same time. It has AI protection with parental control. If I click it on, I can isolate any individual device and I can tell it what not to give it, whether it to be internet, whether it to be streaming, whether it to be adult content. So that's pretty good. I like that feature. So let me just go back into AI, and in the AI protection also gives you some malicious sites blocking, vulnerability protection, infected devices prevention and blocking. It specifies what those things are, and it also gives you an alert preference where it can email you to tell you if something is infected or so forth like that. It does give you an adaptive QoS. I really like this feature. This feature is still the same with the AC2400. I think it runs a bit smoother on this device, but I really do like it because what this feature does is that it gives you the ability to give your devices its own priority, and it gives you the ability to see exactly what or how much data this actually is using or bandwidth, right? So I can come right here on web history. If I cut that on, I can see what was going on, like people going on Facebook, MySpace and stuff like that. I can go to QoS and access more information here, and I also can look at the bandwidth monitor. Right now in the game boost, this is one of the main features of the AC88U or the AC3100. The game boost is supposed to be a very good router when it comes to gaming. I think that the AC2400 is still good when it comes to gaming, but it has this feature called game boost. You do have to sign up for WT Fast or WTF GPN. You do have to sign up for that. I think that is a paid service. They only give you a trial of 14 days, and it's pretty okay. And then it has a LAN boost, and it also gives you the AI protection, and you can get the LAN boost for free. You don't have to sign up for anything with that. And it also has a traffic analyzer. I really do like this feature because it can tell you that what all devices is using certain things and how much data and all these different things they're using. Alright, and you can specify all the information, how you want the information to be displayed. It is a quite great feature to look at. Okay, this router has 2 USB ports. One is a 3.0 USB that's located at the front of the router that I showed you earlier in this video, and at the back there is a 2.0 USB. Now the 3.0 USB is an added feature with this router versus the AC2400 that I had. However, I could say that based on my experience with the AC2400, it is not an impressive feature at all. But it does give you these capabilities like AI disk, media services servers, network printer server, 3G, 4G. This is mainly with the USB dongle, and this has a time machine, so you can actually go back in time with your firmware like how it was set up earlier. And it also gives you a download master. Now the AI cloud is a feature that's mainly for like Android devices and Apple devices, whereas you can connect your cell phone to an application that you download from any one of those app stores, and it gives you the capability to communicate with your router and get stuff from your FTP server and so forth like that, mainly from the USB that's connected with the device itself. Now the wireless right here gives you some capabilities. You see the general settings. It gives you the capabilities to change any of these names and channel bandwidth and so forth like that. The WPS, it gives you that capabilities right here. It gives you the WDS capabilities right here. It gives you the wireless Mach filter. This box has so much different capabilities. The radius settings, and also gives you a professional setup where you can configure this thing however you need it to be. The LAN settings, you see it gives you right there. It gives you the standard LAN IP address, so you can just connect to your router itself, and the subset mask. It gives you a WAN settings, so you can change any of these things. It gives you IPv6, so you can change any of those things. It gives you a VPN, so you can set up your own VPN server, OpenVPN or PPTP. You can also install different VPN service that you may have gotten out there, like PIA. I know PIA had an issue with installing on the 87U or the AC2400, but they may have firmware for this, but you just have to check with your VPN service. But I know a lot of VPN services out there just come with an application that you can install on your Android, iOS, and so forth like that. So going through all of that is unnecessary, but if you want to set up your own VPN server, you could, and you could do that. And you see right here, it has a firewall settings, and it gives you all these things like DOS protection. It gives you you can turn on your firewall and all those things. It gives you administrating settings, and you can upgrade your firmware, your system. You can check for your restore and save, upload settings, feedback, and you can also check your system log, which is a really good feature, because you can look through, especially if you're an IT personnel, and see where maybe something went wrong. And you can see it gives you the capabilities to say that the uptimes of the router itself has been 2 hours 32 minutes. So if you do lose connection, it will restart, and then you can see how far back did your internet cut off, or maybe the electricity turn off, or so forth like that. And it also gives you some network tools where you can look at your pings, and you can look at your target count, and look at your net stat, wake online, and smart connect rule. Now you can also click right here where it says quick internet setup, and you can set up this router quite easily, but I do suggest that you do it manually. It is easier to do it manually, and it's quite straightforward. The quick internet setup, you may lose one or two things, or you might not configure it the way you want it to be. And it also has this feature, what I think is a really good feature, called reboot. And the reboot feature, I know back with the AC2400, whenever I see something was acting a little bit strange, or maybe the internet was running a bit slow, where something may have been updated, because this box sometimes updates itself. If you want to just reboot it manually, sometimes that clear up some of the issues that your network is having at that particular time. And it also has the option of changing languages right here where it says English. You can change it to any of these languages right here. Alright guys, so with that, this is my complete overview. This is my complete review of this router. I definitely like this router. I like it enough to buy the upgraded version. I had the 2400, and I liked it enough to actually get the 3100 or the 88U. So with that guys, peace in the Caribbean, peace in the Middle East, and to God be the glory. Definitely check out my website, kazwall.com, for all things tech, Cody, and all those different things.